In the sport of powerlifting, an athlete will choose one of several different movements to maximize his strength potential in. So let's use the bench press, for example. For those of you who don't know, the bench press is an exercise where the athlete unracks a barbell loaded with a certain amount of weight, a lot of weight, enough that he can only possibly do it once. He unracks the weight, brings it down to his chest, and then extends it back out. The entire sport is designed around maximizing your potential in that one particular movement. So you would imagine that as the athlete finds that there are some weights that he cannot push, it's too heavy, what he'll start to do is break down the spectrum of that movement. So once the bar leaves the chest, he's going to recognize that there's a spectrum between the chest and full extension. And along that spectrum, there are sticking points. A really good power lifter is going to do all that he can to discover his sticking points and then use specific exercises to strengthen himself in such a fashion that those sticking points are moved beyond, so that ultimately when he adds more weight to the bar, he becomes stronger by overcoming sticking points. Now in your life, there are also sticking points. There are, you might not be making as much money as you'd like. You might not be able to hold a serious love relationship. There's all sorts of things that you want to be able to achieve. You can't lose weight. Oh, no matter what I do, I can't lose weight. You can't stop smoking or other addictions. Those are sticking points. And in the same way that the power lifter is very appreciative of these sticking points because it develops his strength in that movement, your sticking points you should be appreciative of because they show you weaknesses in your character, sticking points in your character. And the spectrum for you is not from point A to point B, but from the weakest version of yourself, or the you would rather not be, the version of yourself that you are not proud of, and the version of yourself that I call the strongest version of yourself. So you're moving from weakest version of yourself, strongest version of yourself, and along the way you're going to find sticking points. But how do you strengthen those sticking points? Like the athlete, he goes ahead and discovers that, for example, my triceps are very weak, so I can't extend fully at the top. So he goes and does exercises to strengthen that particular part of the movement, that muscle. For you, it's going to be different. You can't exercise your muscles to strengthen your resolve and your character in life. But what you can strengthen and what you should strengthen are what are called virtues. Virtues lie along the spectrum of the strength of your character. And there are all sorts of virtues. I'll even put a link down below to a website that has a list of virtues that you could study. That way you can see, for example, if I'm not making enough money with my new business, it's not working out. You might look at that list of virtues and say, which one of these virtues do I need to strengthen? Which one of these muscles do I need to strengthen so that my business can be successful? Do I need to be more patient? Do I need to be more consistent? Do I need to be more courageous? Do I need to be more accepting? Do I need, whatever it is. Like I said, there's a long list of these things. Take a look at them down below. Instead of just saying, I need to get better, I need to be good, get very specific about what it is. See, the bench presser is not going to say, I need to get better at the bench press. Very good bench presser is going to say, I need to get better at my lockout. And there's a whole list of exercises to strengthen the muscles associated with the lockout. If you need to get better with your persistence, per se, you know that strengthening that virtue is going to get you a better business, or perhaps a better partner in life, a love relationship that you can actually participate in long term, whatever it is that you want. Now, I'm not here to tell you what's right or wrong, or what you should or shouldn't want, or what virtues you should strengthen. What I'm offering you is a tool, a perspective, a way of looking at your life, finding the things that you're not happy about, discovering the sticking points, and strengthening them by getting very specific about the virtue that you need to work on. Talk to you next time.
Elliott said, what?